How's it going, everybody? I'm Tommy with another video coming at you guys, and be sure to smash that like button because in this video I'm going to show you exactly what programs and what software you need to run your Amazon dropshipping business. These are the only 5 programs that you need to run your Amazon dropshipping business. There's lots of programs and software out there. People always ask me which ones they should use. These are the only 5 I've ever used and only will use. So don't worry about anything out there that's confusing you. These are the only programs that you need. So before we get into it, be sure to look down below because we do have a free Amazon dropshipping ebook for you guys if you are interested in getting started with Amazon dropshipping. And also be sure to check out my Instagram down below. It's pretty new and I post 2 native pieces of content on there every single day. So with that being said, I'm going to show you the only 5 software that you need to get started up and running, and be sure to stay all the way into the end because there's a bonus program that I've literally never talked about at all on YouTube that if you watch all the way into the end, you will see what it is. So without further ado, let's go inside of my computer and I'll explain what those 5 programs are. See you there. Alright, so here we are inside my computer, and before, like I said, please be sure to smash that like button. Also be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification for all notifications to be sure that you get notified every single time I post a video like this. So here is the first piece of software that you need, and there's actually a choice in the beginning. So in my Amazon dropshipping course, and forever I've been talking about Web Scraper app. It is a repricing and stock tool, or a price monitoring and stock tool. So with Amazon dropshipping, unlike eBay dropshipping, a lot of these tools actually just monitor price and stock, and then we'll send the information to another repricing tool, which I will talk about next after this. So Web Scraper app does just that. I believe there is about 90 different suppliers that they have. They can reprice, or they can check the price and check the stock of items, and then they send the price and stock to another program, which we'll talk about after this. So that's pretty much what Web Scraper app does. If you come from the eBay dropshipping realm, it's pretty much like SKUGrid. SKUGrid can do this as well. So what's the difference between the two and which one should you choose? First off, I teach Web Scraper app for beginners because it's a lot easier to get up and running than SKUGrid. It's a lot just easier to manage, but there is less suppliers. So it really depends on what you want to be doing and what your skill level is. Web Scraper app is a bit more expensive than SKUGrid is. I believe the cheapest plan for Web Scraper app is $119 monthly, but if you look at the link down below, you will get 30% off with my coupon. So it comes out to like $83 or something. And yes, it's a little bit more expensive than eBay dropshipping altogether, but you have to realize that with Amazon dropshipping, there's a lot more money to be made in the long run. You know, that's why these softwares are usually more expensive. And SKUGrid is pretty much the same thing. It's going to manage your prices or check your prices, check your stock, and then send it into another repricing program. So what is the reason for having both of these? The reason being is because Amazon always changes on prices, and you need to be competitive on price, usually compared to like the lowest price, so that you are ensuring that you get the buy box a lot more frequently. So that's the reason why, you know, Web Scraper app and SKUGrid don't really take on the repricing aspect themselves. Although SKUGrid does have the option to do so, I've realized over time it's just better to use the other software that I'll be talking about after this. So that's pretty much it. It depends on what your skill level is for this first program. This is most likely going to be the backbone of your whole entire business. It is the backbone. So you need to realize that you need to pick one that works for you, either Web Scraper app or SKUGrid. Like I said, SKUGrid's usually a little bit more hard to set up. They do have more suppliers though, and they're a little bit less expensive, but you know, the cheapness goes with harder to set up, and the fact that, you know, it's definitely not beginner friendly whatsoever. So Web Scraper app, I would say, if you're a beginner, that's what I teach the beginners inside of my course, and I really do think that that's the best software to be going with. But if you do have some experience, then go with SKUGrid. So hopefully this helped you out for the first one. Like I said, it is a bit more expensive than eBay software, but in general, you will be making a lot more money on Amazon than on eBay. So with that being said, let's go into the second program that we're talking about that these two actually will connect into. And also before we do that, you can use both if you want. If there's a software or if there's a supplier that's on SKUGrid that isn't on Web Scraper app, but you want to use Web Scraper app for other suppliers, then you can do that. I actually do use both currently at the moment. That is more confusing. That is also very advanced, but just letting you know that can be done. So let's go into the next program right now. So here we are. This is the second program. It's Informed.co. So there's also another one called Repricer Express. I've attempted to use them and I really don't like them whatsoever. Informed has always been good to me. It's really never messed up once I fully set it up, and I believe it is the best repricing tool out there. So what does Informed do? So like I said, you know, your prices are always going to be changing on Amazon. You want to be competitive and you want to always try to get the buy box. That's what Informed is going to be doing for you. You can put in repricing strategies and it's going to allow you to get the buy box a lot more frequently, change your prices automatically, and really not have to worry about, you know, price changes or anything like that from your competitors. So Web Scraper app and SKUGrid are going to be searching at your supplier's website. Say it's Walmart.com, although I don't suggest dropshipping Walmart on Amazon at all. We'll just use them as an example. Say the price changes on Walmart, they will send that price change to Informed. Informed will then also, you know, adjust the price at that point. but you know, you have a range that you want to be selling these items in. Say your profit percentage range is between 5 and 30%. That's where Informed comes into play. So you get the price updates from Web Scraper app, but say the price doesn't change, you know, from Web Scraper app, but you know, everything else stays the same, but your competitor on the listing on Amazon, you know, lowers their price by a penny. That's where Inform comes in, where they're coming in and they're actually repricing you against your competitors. So Web Scraper app and SKUGrid are going to send the suppliers information, the price and, you know, the stock, and based off your repricing percentages then that you put into Informed, you will have your base price, and then you can go positive, negative, you know, a range of different profit values. That's one thing that's very powerful about Amazon dropshipping. If you're dropshipping on eBay, it's very hard for you to pick a range of values without having to go in there and constantly check yourself every single day. Inform doesn't really work very well for eBay, although it does say that they support it right here. It's not very good at doing so. So this is why I loved Informed. Basically, Web Scraper app will talk with Informed. Informed will talk with Amazon. You know, once you get it set up, it's pretty streamlined. You can follow the resources here. I also do have a course that you can get for $1 down below for the first 10 videos. And then after that, there's the Amazon dropshipping course. But yeah, let's go over the price here. So we went over the price for Web Scraper app, which with a coupon would be about $80 a month. And I guess now you can start a free trial for Informed. I believe this might be like COVID-19 prices or something, because I believe their last time their price was $100 a month was their minimum. I pay $150. I got grandfathered into a plan. I believe you could probably just get the $100 plan or the $50 plan if you're just getting started and you're good to go. So let's just say $50 for this one at the moment. So that's $50 plus 80 something. So let's just say $135 around there. So $135 to run your business so far. And after that, these two programs are pretty much the most expensive out of all of them. You know, like when you're first getting started. These next few software that we're gonna be talking about coming up really aren't as expensive as the others. They're not as necessary, but they are what I personally use to really build my business and, you know, expedite the process of a lot of different things. So Informed is going to be your repricing tool. It's extremely in-depth. Their customer support's actually very good. You can't see their icon, but it's down here in the bottom right where my face is covering it. Their support is amazing. You know, they're very helpful. They're a great program, and I've never really had any issues with them. You know, they're always constantly updating as well. It's very streamlined, looks nice on the inside, connects with SKUGrid, connects with Web Scraper app, connects with a bunch of other programs that you could be using, but I don't endorse them as much because I personally don't think that they're as good as Web Scraper app and SKUGrid. So you can even do Web Scraper app and SKUGrid at the same time, like I said. So, you know, if you have different suppliers across the board, then you can pretty much, you know, the world is your oyster with these programs. So, you know, this is a great program, well worth the money. And again, Amazon dropshipping is going to be a bit more expensive monthly, but you're going to be making a lot more money monthly, so it's going to be it's going to be very worth it. So let's go into the next program here that's going to help you expedite your order processing. All right, so here we are at the third software right now, and if you've been following me on eBay or even for Amazon dropshipping for any amount of time now, you know that I really love Spot and Paste. Spot and Paste also integrates into Amazon. If you did not know that, it's pretty much the same thing as it would be on eBay for eBay dropshipping. It integrates into, you know, your pretty much your dashboard. It can integrate into SKUGrid as well for the SKUGrid item retrieval button, which is amazing. If you connect your SKUGrid account to your Spot and Paste account, then you can pretty much bring up your SKUGrid items or your supplier's items right off the bat from the ordering page, which is very helpful in getting the proper item right off the bat instead of having to search it in a search bar or do whatever else you would possibly be doing. So it does have a little bit less functionality than the eBay does, but really it gives you all you need. It's the fast copy and paste, the paste to any supplier out there, SKUGrid item retrieval, and that's pretty much all you'll need. It's going to expedite your order processing a lot more. It's also going to help minimize mistakes. You know, if you're going to copy and paste or miss a name or possibly not, you know, paste in the right name, I believe Spot and Paste really does help you minimize mistakes. The pricing here, where is it? It's $15 a month. So we're at what? 135 plus 15. That's gonna be $150 a month so far. So really not that much more expensive than the eBay dropshipping in general. eBay dropshipping is about $100 a month. You know, Amazon dropshipping monthly is gonna end up being around like $200, you know, if you end up making your plans larger or anything like that. But $15 a month is really all you're going to need for this software. There's really not much more to say about it. It's copy and paste your buyer's address, name, address, and all the information, and then you can just paste it into wherever you want. So that's pretty much what it looks like. and then that's how it goes. So that's about it for spot and paste, and stay tuned for the next program where I'm going to be talking about how to upload your tracking numbers automatically. All right, so here we are on the Trackerbot.me homepage, and as you can tell, I'm famous because I literally made the homepage. I'm in one of their advertisements, but Trackerbot nonetheless is amazing. It's not just because I'm on their landing page. Basically, for Amazon dropshipping, it's extremely helpful. You can connect it to the API. Amazon does not care about the API. That's one thing I forgot to say. Amazon API, you can use repricing tools. You can use anything you want. That's why I'm showing these programs, and that's why those programs connect into the Amazon API. If you're doing eBay dropshipping, API-related software is not the best. That's why they have the non-API solution, but you can use the API version for Trackerbot. I've had no issues with it. They cover this amount of suppliers. If you're using any of these suppliers, then you're gonna be good to go. And also the fact that you can contact them and ask them for new suppliers. It's not that challenging for them to add in new suppliers whenever they want. So that's pretty much about it for Trackerbot. What they do is they're going to scrape your email. They're going to find the tracking numbers from these specific suppliers, and they're going to upload it into Amazon for you. Does it make mistakes sometimes? Yes, but very rarely. And as long as you're over 95% tracking uploaded on time and validated on, on Amazon, you're good to go. So it doesn't really matter. I've never had any issues with it not working above, 95% or below 95%. So we're good to go. So I forgot to mention the price of Trackerbot. It is $12 per month if you get the cheapest plan. So that's going to bring $150 up to $162. And that's really all you need to get started with Amazon dropshipping. These next two programs are, kind of just add-ons, extra bonuses. And if you have the money, then I suggest getting them. So also, if you've made it this far in the video, don't forget to smash that like button if you haven't already. I'm going to be talking about software or programs. The next two programs, I'm going to bring up two programs, are programs I've never talked about on YouTube before. So if you do appreciate it, I would appreciate you smashing that like button, giving this channel a subscription. So let's go into the next two software. I'm going to talk about them both kind of simultaneously, although they're not really related to each other, but I'm going to go over a quick overview of them. And I do think that these two are pretty much game changers if you want to take your dropshipping business on Amazon to the next level. Instead of being a beginner, this is going to take you to the intermediate to advanced level, I would say. So I'll see you there. The next one's going to be Feedback Genius. So Feedback Genius is a part of Seller Labs. Seller Labs has like 4 or 5 different tools in their suite that you can use. I've only ever really used Feedback Genius. They have a 30-day free trial, which is pretty cool. And what they do is they pretty much request feedback in kind of a non-soliciting way from all of your customers on Amazon. So if you have been selling on Amazon for a bit, you most likely realize that Amazon customers don't usually leave feedback like eBay customers will. I'd say it's maybe like 1 to 2 in every 100. It's a very low percentage. And Seller Labs, requests feedback kind of in like I said, a non-salacious way, where you are going to be asking them for feedback, and most likely they're going to leave you a good feedback. Could possibly lead to them leaving a negative feedback if they were mad about it and didn't know about it, and then you send them a message. But more often than not, I've realized it's only helped me out. So before Feedback Genius, my feedback level, and also I was a little bit more inexperienced, so it's not 100% that Feedback Genius saved it. I was around like 84, 83, 84% feedback, which, on Amazon is manageable. It's okay. It's not really that great. But nowadays I'm at, I think, 94 to 97% at almost all times, and that's mainly because Feedback Genius is getting me a couple extra percentages of people that are going to be leaving feedback, and most likely that feedback is good feedback. So it's only helped me out. Again, they just changed this weird thing called like Seller Labs Pro or something, and you have to buy like all of their programs at once, I think. I'm not really sure. I kind of got just grandfathered into it, but it's $49 a month. You do get a 30-day free trial. So again, you don't need to buy this program, but it is very helpful in getting your feedback score up, which is really going to help you not have a high order defect rate, and also make sure that people, look at your feedback score. I've seen people on Amazon that have terrible feedback score, like 50, 60, 75%. And I could imagine if a customer is looking at that, as long as if you don't have the buy box, and if they're looking at that, that's going to be a big deterrent. So, you might as well always have your feedback score as high as it can be, because there's no reason not to. And then last but not least is a sourcing program. There's not really that many sourcing programs out there for Amazon, or one that's specifically for dropshipping or anything like the Zik analytics of, Amazon dropshipping. There's not too many of them out there, but this is the one that I've kind of gravitated towards, which is Ace Inspector Pro. There's Jungle Scout, there's Helium 10, I believe. There's another one called AMZ Scraper, I think it's called. They all kind of do the same thing. AMZ Scraper, I do think, is actually more for Amazon dropshipping. But again, I like Ace Inspector Pro. So it's a Chrome extension. You can go into someone's store. Once you go into their store, you can see all their items, 50 per page, I believe it is. And then at that point, you can pull out all of their items. So if you know somebody's dropshipping from a specific supplier, then you're going to be able to pull out all of their items and then pretty much, be able to scrape their items and then check them at that supplier's website. So it's really good for if you know someone's a dropshipper and you know kind of like the 3 or 4 or maybe even just one supplier that they're using, because then you can scrape their entire store. People are creatures of habit. If they use 1 or 2 suppliers, they're not likely to, use 20 suppliers, maybe 3 or 4 at max. Most people don't use very many more suppliers than that. So at that point in time, you can scrape their store and then also then just, pull out the ASINs and then hop on them yourself in whatever way that you would like to do it. I teach it inside of my course, and I think it is a very valuable program. So it's $127 off the bat, Ace Inspector Pro Plus. It's a one-time fee of that. And then at that point, it's $10 a month. So we were at $162 cheapest for necessary software. What I say is necessary at that point. Let's take out the 127. Let's just leave that be. And then $10 plus $50, that's $60. So it's going to be like $242, I believe. So around $242, 162 plus 60. I'm not a math major. 222. Sorry, I almost misled you. Again, it is expensive per month, a little bit more expensive than eBay dropshipping, but again, it's going to pay off and be a lot larger of a reward in the long run. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any other software programs that you use that I didn't mention, I always love looking at new programs. I'd say that that's one of my favorite things to do. Learn a new software, see if it's worthwhile using. And again, I do take new software into my repertoire all the time. And I do think that these are the basic programs that you need to succeed with Amazon dropshipping. With these programs, you really shouldn't need anything else unless you want to start getting extremely advanced, which, most people don't want to get into, or at least at the moment. So that's about it. If you like this video, please be sure to smash the like button. Also be sure to subscribe to this channel for more content like this multiple times a week. Hit the little bell notification, turn on all notifications so that every time I drop a video, you will get a nice little notification on your cell phone and probably see my bright, shining, smiling face. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please ask them down below. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.